Alright, welcome back to the last tutorial in the puzzle series, at least for now, and I'm going to show you how to move your player onto the next level. I've actually added in some assets between the last tutorial and this one, which means that you might have been seeing more all along than I was showing in previous videos, so sorry for the confusion. But game development is an ever-changing thing, and so changes happen, and we have to learn how to adapt to them. So in this one, I want to show you how to quickly set up the ability to teleport your player to a new level. Let's say that this is the end of the level. Right here, this platform. I've actually created a prefab for you called end of level platform, so wherever you place this, it's actually going to allow you to end the level. Technically, you could have multiple different endpoints that take you to different places using this. For example, what if I took a different one over here, and I'll show you this shortly how this would work. I'm going to put a level ending platform over here. The one thing to keep in mind with this prefab is that we have to put in the next level name, which has to do with the name of the other scenes that we've created. So the logical next thing to do is to make a scene. I've already made one for you called level 2. It's really simple. It just has need to get rid of that, a player and a plane in it. Super simple level, but if I go into my game, I'm able to control it and move around, so I just know that this level is functioning and exists, and I know that I'm here. I'm just using this to check that the system is working. So what needs to happen is that I need to actually have, in the next level name, the name of this level here, level 2, typed exactly the same way, capitalization matters, so that I can teleport to that level. However, I'll promise you right now, if I tried to do this, I would get an error. It doesn't know where to take me. Because, because of this, the way that you should see your project is, if you go up to File, Build Settings, Scenes in Build, right now should be empty for you. This is the place where you tell your game which levels you want to actually be in the playable version. What I need to do is I need to drag and drop into this all the levels that I want access to when I play my game. I need to make sure my puzzle demo main level is there. If you're using that, make sure yours is there as well. And then level 2. Otherwise, it won't be able to be found. And now that level 2 exists there, and the name is placed on that object, now if I go and solve this puzzle, which is a really simple one, yours should be much more complicated than mine, hopefully. I make this platform up here, do a little jump, and step on this, and oh, something's going on where I'm not actually able to teleport. So let's quickly diagnose this really fast. I think it has to do with my collider not being big enough. Let's go try this again. Nope. Let's try one more thing here. This platform, oh, my player is not tagged as player. This should work for you first time. There we go. So this should work for you first try. I made another editing change, like I tell you I do all the time, to as I kind of change systems in the game. So I made a change and I had to do this. So for you, this will work first try. I'm just going to make sure that it's applied for your usage as well. But yeah, there you go. You stepped on it. We transferred to the next level. So what if I want a different level, like multiple pathways to progress through this game? Maybe even, here's a quick side note, I have to go to level 2 to pick up an item to come back to level 1, and then I need that item to progress to level 3. So I have to actually go back and forth between levels, like a Metroid game, to be able to progress. That could be something that you definitely do. We'll have to make a couple changes to do that, however. The main one being that I, first of all, need another level to transfer to. So I'm going to make another one, and this is what you need to know how to make your own. I'm going to create, when I'm in the level area, and make a scene. Maybe I'll call this level 3. Now when I go into the scene, save changes to the previous level, of course, there's nothing much in it. And actually, I want to right away delete that main camera because my player is going to come with one. So let's just only have a light. The first thing I want to do is probably create a plane. Now you might want to be working with the terrain tool. You could always create a terrain, but I'm just going to make a simple plane. And then under prefabs, I'm going to take my player and I'm going to add them in, maybe in the corner here. So now my player exists. So this level actually exists, and just to make sure that it's really clear that I'm in a different level than level 2, I'm just going to make a simple cube be here in the corner, just to kind of stand out as being a unique thing. And now if I go back into my puzzle demo and choose this platform, I'm going to say level 3 instead of level 2, which means that once I actually am able to break down this wall, I just need a cube to do so, a nice simple starter activity. Go through here, and I step on this. Oh, I need to make that collider bigger. Let me just fix that really quick. So in case you're making your own custom thing here, the player isn't actually quite touching the warp zone here. So a simple fix for this is to take the collider and just make it a little bit taller. In fact, I'm just going to make my prefab updated to this level end platform so that it is up to date with that higher trigger zone, collider zone, just to make it work a bit better. So a nice little example of just fixing a small little unforeseen issue with the way my character moves. And in this case, oh, I still have another issue here. Level 3 could not be loaded. This is an error that I wanted you to see because this is a reminder that scenes that haven't been added to our build settings cannot be loaded. I'm going to add level 3 to this. Now that I've done so, when I go in and test it again, now we should finally see this level working. So it might take, if you forget some of the steps, you might just return to this video and do a little bit of testing, and there we go. We're in this new level 3 spot. And I could make a teleport back to that main level from here if I wanted to. If I pick something up, I can go back with it. There's just one last thing that we need to be wary of when we're processing through levels, which is every time we go to a new level, we are loading in the puzzle player prefab. Pay careful attention here. When I created these new items, like this mini sphere and this stick and this sledgehammer, I attached them to this player to be aware of. Now, if I was to actually create another new item, in fact, let me just do this to show you here. I'm going to change my puzzle player to not know about the sledgehammer in the prefab. So it doesn't know about the sledgehammer. Take a look at that. And now I was to make this player know about the sledgehammer. So I'm going to go and make it know about, where's my sledgehammer? Right here. And now I was to go to a different scene, level 3, for example, and check the player. Notice this player doesn't know about the sledgehammer. How come? Because the prefab doesn't know about the sledgehammer. In different levels, the player doesn't take along with it its knowledge. It only takes knowledge the prefab has, which means, this is really important, whenever you add a new type of item to your game that you want the player to know about, it's not enough to just add it to the player here. Once you've added it to the player, you want to drag your player over top of the prefab and update it. Now the prefab knows about the sledgehammer. Basically, this is this action of saying, hey, memorize this information permanently. That's kind of the process. Oh, add a new thing, memorize the new thing. We have to attach it there if we want our scene management to be glitch-free. So just a little kind of side note about something you'll have to be worried about in the future. But beautiful. Now we've added another whole layer to our game design. We can make complex, interesting levels, but we can also make multiple levels that require the player to move back and forth between them. You can maybe have them move from level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order of difficulty, or maybe have like level A, B, C, D, that they can move between any order they want, but they have to move back and forth between them to ultimately solve the final endpoint that, well, it's up to you as the game designer how you want to set up all those systems, but there's a huge amount of potential for what you can create with the tools you know now. And if you have any questions, you could let me know. If you want to build any features I didn't talk about here that you think might be useful, you're welcome to ask, and I'll let you know if it's doable and feasible, and if so, I'll help you build it. Let's enjoy some design work, and good luck creating your first puzzle game.